In this video we will go over some nice ingredients that you can add to cold process soap. Milks are a great addition to cold process soap. Some milks come in powdered form, like this donkey milk here. Some come in liquid form. If you have milks in powdered form, you would need to add hot water and dissolve it according to the directions that you will get with your particular milk. Milk soaps are creamier than those made with water and provide more moisture and nourishment. You can make a 100% milk soap by substituting the entire water amount with milk, as you can see in this practical example here. I did freeze the milk, and once frozen I add the lye slowly to it to avoid the milk from scorching. When fully dissolved, I add it to the oils with the use of a strain to be on the safe side and stick blend to emulsion. This procedure works for all types of milks, including goat milk, cow milk, oat milk, almond and coconut milk. The other possibility is to replace just a part of the water amount with milk. You would subtract it from the water amount before and then add it a trace, like you can see here in this example where I used coconut milk, also a great ingredient. This applies to all types of milks as well. Alcoholic beverages can be added to cold process soap, but they need some preparation. Beer is an amazing ingredient in soap. It makes a great lather, but because of its carbonation you need to flatten it first by leaving it on the countertop for a couple of days. Then you want to go ahead and boil it to get rid of most of the alcohol and let it cool. You then add it as part of the liquid amount after emulsion. Same applies when soaping with wine, except that you don't need to get rid of the carbonation. Make sure you subtract the amount of water in the lye solution and add the wine after emulsion and work as cool as you can. Be prepared to move very quickly, as the sugar in the alcohol will speed up your trace. There are many options of natural exfoliants. Let's have a look at them. The first one is coffee. Of course, coffee can also be used as a liquid to replace a part of the water in the lye solution. A possibility is to replace a part of the water with coffee and add it to the soap at trace, just like we have seen in the examples before with milks or with the alcoholic beverages. But let's talk about coffee grounds as an exfoliant. They can be added at trays as well to add exfoliation to your bar. Here is an example of a soap with added coffee grounds, and this one here is another soap made with coffee replacing a portion of the water amount. Walnut shells and pumice are another great option and the best one I have found to get rid of hard stains and very dirty hands, as you can see in this experiment that I have made recently. I think it's a great choice for mechanics and gardeners. Clays are a great ingredient in soap as well, like bentonite clay that works well, for example, in shaving soaps. Another possibility are poppy seeds. Here you can see how it turned out in a cold process soap. As a quick side note, poppy seeds are one of the very few botanicals that can be added to melt and pour soap. All mentioned exfoliants can be added to the soap at trace. Oatmeal is great for irritated skin. I like to grind it and then add it to my oils before mixing it with a lye, so I can take the time to really incorporate it well. Activated charcoal is very volatile, so it's a good idea mixing it with the oils beforehand. I also like to disperse it in my essential oil blend as an alternative. Charcoal is an amazing ingredient in soap because of its detoxing properties. Loofah is a type of cucumber that has been dried. It acts like a natural sponge and can be incorporated in both melt and pour and cold process soap. Another great ingredient is salt, adding hardness and minerals to your soap. You can add about 50 to 100% of your oil weight to your soap after emulsion. You can use sea salt or pink salt, fine or coarse depending on your preference. Dead sea salt is not recommended because of the high mineral content. It will attract too much moisture. Humectants are great for the skin as they help retain moisture. Honey is a natural humectant and nice to add to your soap. 1 tablespoon per pound is sufficient. You can add up to 2, but be careful as it contains sugar and therefore can cause your soap to heat up. Soap cool and work quick. If necessary, you can pop your mold into the fridge. Here's an example of a soap made with honey. Sodium lactate is an effective humectant, and it also helps creating a hard and long-lasting bar of soap. Add it to the cooled lye water before mixing it to the oils. Use 1 teaspoon to 1 pound of soap. Any lightweight oil can be used for an infusion. When making an infusion, always use dried herbs like chamomile, calendula or lavender. One way you can do it is to add it to a filter and then add it to your oil and let it simmer on a low heat for about 2 to 4 hours. Once the oils are infused, you can use it as a regular oil in your soap recipe. If you're interested in other soap making related videos, check out the playlist on the screen where you can find many more. Feel free to subscribe and see you soon. Bye!